What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to a video. The video is called How the Universe is Way Bigger Than You Think. Now this is a video that's already got a lot of views. It's already got 15 million views, and I just thought it would be a good idea to take a look at it, check it out with you guys. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below so you can go ahead and have access to the original video. Definitely go out and check out the channel. The channel's already got 3.1 million subscribers, and it looks like they post some pretty good content. If there's other videos like this that you'd like me to react to, definitely just leave a comment down below, leave the title of the video, and I'll be sure to check it out. Alright, here we go.
This is a real-life lore video made possible by Squarespace. Make your next move with a beautiful website from Squarespace. This is Earth. You live here on this planet somewhere, and everything that you've ever known is located right here. But just how small exactly is Earth when compared to the scale of the entire universe? Let's start by zooming out to where we can see our nearest cosmic neighbor, the Moon. You may think that the Moon is very close to Earth since it dominates our night skies, but in reality the Moon isn't this close to our planet, it's actually about this far away. 384,400 kilometers away from you right now on average. You could fit 30 entire Earths in between this distance, and if you somehow were able to drive a car at a constant 100 kilometers per hour speed, it would take you about 160 days to drive the entire distance. Despite this incredible distance, however, 12 humans have actually set foot here, representing the furthest away that any individual human has ever been away from the Earth, and one of humanity's greatest achievements. This is what the Earth would look like from there if you were standing there with them, and if you wanted to communicate with somebody back at home, it would take a message about 2.5 seconds to travel between you and them, since that's how fast the speed of light can travel at. This is a photo that was taken on Mars, and that tiny dot that you see there is Earth as seen from the Martian surface. On average, Mars is an incredible 225 million kilometers away from Earth, but that distance can be as high as 401 million kilometers. That means that whenever humanity finally gets around to landing a human on the planet, that person will be 986 times further away from Earth than the astronauts who landed on the Moon were. In addition, the time delay for sending a message from Mars back to Earth isn't just 2.5 seconds, it's actually more like 20 minutes each direction, which would render instant
That's a huge difference, seconds to 20 minutes.
Impossible. When we zoom out even further away, we can find the Voyager 1 space probe, which is the furthest away man-made object from Earth. It is currently located 138 AUs from the Earth. AU meaning astronomical unit, which is the distance between the Earth and the Sun, which means that Voyager 1 is 138 times further away from us than the Sun is. At some point on its long voyage, Voyager 1 turned its camera around and
so Voyager 1 is further out than
may not look like much
the Sun
first,
is from us.
But in my opinion, this is the greatest single photograph ever taken in all of human history. This tiny, pale blue dot is Earth, and I don't think that anybody has ever said something as amazing about this as Carl Sagan when he said, "If you look at it, you see a dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever lived out their lives. The aggregate of all our joys and sufferings. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and every forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilizations, every king and every peasant, every young couple in love, every hopeful child, every mother and every father, every inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam."
That's kind of insane, and it's so true, and I don't think people take that into consideration enough. It's that everything that we know is right here. Everything that we see, everything that we do, it's all right here. And even though it may seem like far away, just to go, I don't know, from Boston to New York, takes a couple hours driving, even then, that doesn't compare to what's around us. That doesn't compare to how vast the universe is. It's kind of crazy to think that our minds can only focus on just that, focus on the little things, the things that concern us. and we hardly take time to consider or contemplate the just how little we are. Let's get back into it.
Voyager 1 is currently traveling at 17 kilometers every single second, but even at that speed, it won't break out of the reach of our solar system for another 30,000 years. Once we go beyond the solar system, we arrive in our interstellar neighborhood. Here we shift to the light year unit of measurement, which is the distance that light travels in a full Earth year, or about 9.461 trillion kilometers. The star Proxima Centauri here is the closest other star to us other than our sun, but it's still 4.24 light years away from us. To put that into perspective, if it was heading in the right direction, it would still take Voyager 1 over 70,000 years to reach it. In other words, if you drove your car at 100 kilometers an hour like in our previous example to the moon, it would take over 6 times longer than the entire age of the universe is just to finally get there, and it wouldn't even exist still when you arrived. When we zoom out even further, we can see the entire Milky Way galaxy, inside of which Earth is located right here. This yellow dot is the furthest extent of humanity's radio broadcasts throughout history, which means that any possible aliens who live outside of this range are totally unaware of humanity's presence. It's complete silence outside of this yellow dot as far as we are currently aware, but the entire galaxy spans over 100,000 light years from end to end. There are over 100 billion stars and over 100 billion planets inside of our galaxy. But you have never seen the full glory of the galaxy at night, because 99% of the stars that you can see with the naked eye are limited to this small, tiny region right here.
So living in the city, you hardly ever get to see many stars. I know that if you go into like the wilderness, if you go out into areas where it's more rural, less civilization, less crowded, less populated, you get to see more stars. You get to see more of what's out in the sky. I've never really gotten to experience that, but I know some people who have. It's crazy to think that even though when you do see that, or you see the pictures from Earth of people taking pictures of stars, that it's only confined to that little box. That's crazy.
But even this massive galaxy is nothing compared to the rest of what's out there. Zooming out even further and we arrive at the local group of galaxies, a collection of 54 different galaxies that is about 10 million light years across. But zooming out even further and we can see the Virgo supercluster, of which the local group here is just a tiny segment of. There are at least 100 other groups of galaxies just like our own local group inside of here, and the distance from one side to the other is a mind-numbing 110 million light years. But even the massive Virgo supercluster
I don't know how to react to that because I can't contemplate. I can't picture how long that is.
An enormous structure that is home to
My brain
our
won't let me.
galaxy as well as 100,000 other galaxies. The distance from one side to the other is 520 million light years, but from even there we can zoom out all the way to the entire observable universe and see that even the titanic Laniakea supercluster is just a tiny and insignificant part of everything. This is the observable universe, and it contains everything that we know of. It is home to at least 2 trillion different and individual galaxies, which together contain more stars than there are grains of sand on the entire Earth. The distance from Earth to any side of the observable universe is 46.5 billion light years.
If a planet were to explode in another galaxy,
93 billion
would we
light
notice
years
it?
Across. What's perhaps even more
Based off the numbers, I don't think so.
however, is what actually lies beyond the observable
But it's just
universe.
something I thought of right
Keep
now.
in mind that the observable universe is all that we can currently see, and it's entirely possible that the rest of the universe outside of it is vastly larger and more fantastic than we can possibly ever imagine. We simply don't know what else is out there, because the light from these incredibly distant places has not yet had enough time in the universe's history to reach us yet back on Earth. And the light from some places may never reach us at all. Because some parts of space very far away from Earth are expanding away from us faster than the speed of light, that means that the light from these places will never, in an infinite amount of time, reach Earth. meaning that even if humanity is eternal and exists forever, there will still be an unknown number of places in the universe that we will never know about or ever see. So, it is very likely that as unbelievably enormous as it seems, the observable universe is just a tiny slice of what we can currently see of the entire universe. According to the theory of cosmic inflation that was proposed by Dr. Alan Guth, if it is assumed that cosmic inflation began at 10 to the negative 37th of a second after the Big Bang, and with the assumption that the size of the universe before inflation began was equal to its age times the speed of light, then this would seem to suggest that at the present day, the entire universe is 150 sextillion times larger than the observable universe. That number for reference looks like this, with this many zeros. Let this number sink in for just a moment. This would be
I can't let it sink in. It doesn't.
That the entire observable universe, everything that you could see, was the size of a light bulb, but then realizing that in reality the entire universe is larger than the former planet of Pluto. Imagine a light bulb in the center of Pluto, but we inside the light bulb were totally unaware that Pluto existed outside of it, and that's a similar situation to this. We are all so unbelievably small, but you shouldn't worry, because all that means is that there is so much left out there for us to discover together. This video was made possible by Squarespace.
Thank you, Squarespace. Well, you saw it there, guys. That was kind of a pretty short explanation as to how big the universe is and how big we are compared to it. We're nothing, man. We're not. I can't even explain how little we are. And he did a pretty good job of it, and even then it's still something hard to understand. You know, you see all those sci-fi shows and you see all those sci-fi movies, and you know, they do space exploration and they make it seem so easy. They make it seem like all that kind of stuff is, you know, eventually will be possible. You know, space travel and going to galaxies far, far away, kind of like a Star Wars thing. But even if we were able to get that kind of technology up and going, you would still have a real hard time. For a long time, you'd have a hard time getting anywhere farther than our solar system. What really surprised me is the fact that all the stars that we see, all the things that we see in the night sky when we can see them, are confined to this little box, that we don't even see things outside that box. One, our eyes won't let us. Two, the light from those other planets don't reach us, at least not without a microscope. You know, it is insane to think about. So like I said, guys, there's a link in the description below. If you want to rewatch this video, show the original video makers some love, go leave a like, comment, subscribe, and also leave a comment, subscribe here. We're going to be doing more reaction videos, and it'd be great if you guys left some comments down below with suggestions. What do you want me to react to? Is there videos like this that you'd like me to react to? Is there videos about anything that you find interesting? Leave a comment down below and I'll give it a go. I do appreciate you guys watching the video. This has been Isaac with the IDS channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.